This is the Morning News with Bruce Kenyon on News Talk 770 Radio, Calgary's breaking news and conversation station.
And good morning, everybody. Gord Gillies in for Bruce Kenyon, who is on holidays. Morning News on News Talk 770. We like to save you money, and our tax tip this week for week 4 involves Craig Burrows, co-founder, president, and CEO of Triview Capital Limited. Hello, Craig.
Well, Gord, it's been a while.
It has been since sitting on the bench playing hockey. How are you?
It was. So you don't play anymore with the Thursday Glendale skates?
Well, you know what? I've switched to yoga. No, you know what? I haven't played with the Fog Gang, and that's the either the Friends of Glendale would play at Westside, and Craig was a part of that, or the Fat Old Guys was another way they called the Fog team. So, hey, let's chat a little bit about, though, saving money. You cannot start early enough to teach your kids and young adults about saving a buck. Yes,
well, first of all, don't use Rachel Notley or Justin Trudeau as a symbol of savings. That's the first thing I would tell people, especially look at their tax policies. So when these governments get more and more regressive on tax strategies, it makes it more difficult than ever to save. And really, when you look at people who save money, it's not about how much you make, it's how much you keep. So that's probably the first thing I would advise anyone, especially if you're someone in a high net worth area or own your own business. Be very careful about knowing the tax strategies to mitigate what Rachel and Justin are trying to do to you. Now, as far as the average person, there's really 3 things you should do as a good investor. And the first thing they do, they understand math. So math is not difficult to them. Simply don't spend more money than you make. And the difference is savings. That's the first thing. The second thing is, you need to be proactive with your investments. What's the use in saving if you lose all your money by investing? And don't be satisfied with these poor-performing mutual funds or GICs. You know, over the last 15 years, the market's really been, if you broke even, you did well. Talk to a financial advisor, whether it's someone at Triview or someone that you trust at other financial institutions, to get you some advice on how to start creating a plan. And lastly, they embrace alternative investing strategies. If you look at the stock market, it's been extremely volatile since 2000. Now, everyone knows the tech bubble and the housing bubble, and even this year, if you look at this year, if you invested in 2016, you would have got a 20% return on your money. That's great in 1 year. The problem is, if you invested back in August of 2014, congratulations, you just broke even. So if you're investing in the market, look at track records of people who are investing, and if you're doing it by yourself, it's very difficult.
You got to pay attention and do your homework, don't you?
Yeah, and for this reason, if you don't have a private alternative investments in your portfolio, you're missing out on a truly diversified portfolio. So you got to look at all things, not just the public markets, but looking at other things that potentially you may not know of exist.
Quick comment then on the best tools to teach your younger kids about saving.
You know, the best way to teach kids is walk the talk. You know, kids are smarter than you give them credit for. And the old thing is the old Japanese proverb of, you know, teach them how to fish, not give them a fish every day. So first of all, teach them a work ethic. And whether they have an allowance or they're working at Timmy's or even starting their first career job, you know, teach them to save 10% of their earnings. And perhaps maybe with encouragement, if you can, match it. And when they get over $5,000, show them how to invest. So don't teach them just how to save, but also show them how to invest their money, make sure they get the best they can. And if you can do that over a lifetime, your kids won't be bugging you or living in your basement when they're 30.
Well, good advice to help on that. Thanks, Craig.
Yes, and Gord, just for people to know that we're holding our workshops across Western Canada. Our next one's going to be the Ranchman's Club on February 15th. So if people want to go, just go to our website, triviewcapital.com, and we have limited seating. They can just go in and click in, and they can they can show up if they pre-register.
Sounds great. Thanks. Craig Burrows, co-founder, president, and CEO of Triview Capital Limited.
The Morning News, weekdays starting at 5:30 a.m. on News Talk 770 Calgary.